Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Professor Builds Satisfactory. You might notice that this screen looks a little different, and it's because 1.1 is finally out. I know I started talking about it probably 2+ months ago, which is 15-20 episodes ago, and it's probably been more than that. And you'll actually notice right in the middle of the screen is the one thing that I have been the most excited for, and that is the elevator. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the new things that are in 1.1 while also continuing to keep things moving forward towards Phase 5 related materials. I still have my list in front of me of things that I want to make sure that we get done, and we'll do some of the new things along the way. So hopefully you will enjoy all of this. So let's go ahead and see what 1.1 has to offer and what more work we can get done in this episode. Okay, well, we are back at the hub. And there are supposedly new things that I am able to build, as well as modified things. So first thing is apparently there's a lot of new capabilities with respect to trains. I still don't have trains working, so it is what it is. There is this new item called a buffer stop, which forces the train to stop when you don't necessarily have a stopper at the end. That was one thing. You'll notice hypertube junctions. Those are new. Let's see, what else? I don't think... I kind of wish they had shown that they had put the new icon over top of them. Oh, yeah, one of the new things... I don't know if they put it in... It doesn't look like they put it in here. There is a new, like that we have with the conveyor lift floor hole, there's now a wall port for belts to go through. So rather than you having to use a specific wall with specific holes, you now can just put a hole anywhere and therefore can run your belts wherever you want. Let's see. Oh yeah, power storage. Oh, it only stores 100. Yeah, we'd have to have a whole lot of them. No, thank you. Let's see. I don't see... anything else. Alright, let's see if there's anything in the store. Okay, nothing here. There it is. So the conveyor wall hole, that's what they're calling it. So yeah, let's go ahead and add that to... And then this is also new, conveyor throughput. We can basically sit this at a conveyor belt to validate that we're getting the right throughput, like after going through splitters, after going through lifts and things like that, to make sure that we're continuing to get the correct throughput of those specific belts. I'm not going to purchase one right now. Basic shelf unit, which I think is kind of cool. So we could actually put all of my... And actually, I'm going to go ahead and add that. That way we can put all of the boxes on a shelf rather than having them sit on the ground. Nothing foundation. Nothing wall. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Architecture. Oh, there it is. The personnel elevator with floor stops and the whole works. So this is what we're going to end up implementing. Well, I'm going to end up using all of my tickets. That was one of the things I was most excited for this particular update. Just buy all that.
Due to Pioneer requests and several reported issues with staircases, there is now a more efficient solution. The Fix-It personnel elevator ensures optimal safety by putting a Pioneer in a box controlled by a rudimentary AI, specialized in soothing a straining mind. Exposure to a Fix-It personnel elevator is recommended to be a minimum of 2 minutes per day for optimal gain.
By the way, she was talking about the elevator. Okay, I'm assuming that the new shelves, they're not under oh yeah, there they are. Basic shelf unit. and they just require iron bars and plates. The problem is there's no moving of things, so... Alright, you know what? Let's do this then. I've got all this space over here. Okay. Alright, let me just... See, this is the problem. I can't just pick these up and move them like I want to. I don't know why this was not one of the... Dismantle, mass dismantle... Yeah, see, there's no move. There needs to be a move. It's the one quality of life they still haven't added. Alright, what's even in here? Okay, so this is all reanimated Sam. You know what? I should actually get rid of this. And take this... Okay, here's the next thing that we're going to do. And this is the second most interesting thing for me. Yeah, so one of the things I'm going to want to do is use that new conveyor hole to fix this problem. So that we don't have a wall here that has holes in it that aren't being used. But that's something we don't need to worry about at the moment. Let me go up here. I'm going to put all this reanimated Sam into the system that's creating Fix-It Trigons. It's back here. I think that's what this takes. Yeah. Okay, so this will make some more Fix-It Trigons for us. Now. Okay. This is the other thing I'm most excited about. I can get rid of this thing. Now, it's not that big of a deal at the moment. What I do find interesting is the big guy that was roaming around isn't here. But I just got hit by my own truck, and I'm going to get hit again. Holy crap, I'm dead. Nope. That was fun. Alright, Alright, here we go. There we go. We got rid of crash debris. I love it. Now, I'm curious what's in my inventory now. We got some circuit boards, screws, copper plate. So, nice stuff. Love that. That is absolutely something that we're going to need to run around and do. Remember, we were talking about doing some exploration to pick up some slugs. We can do the exact same thing. While we're doing that, we can get rid of some of the crash sites. Now, let's see what it takes to actually build the elevator. I have to figure out where the elevator is first. Okay, here it is. Attaches to a personnel elevator to add an additional floor stop and power connection. Alright, so it looks like... Okay, well, you know what? Let's do it. I need some more modular frames. And I don't have any in my inventory currently. And I just missed the ladder. That's fantastic. There should be some... Yeah, here we go. Alright, we'll take 50. Do I want to put the elevator on the right side or the left side of the building? I mean, it kind of... Probably the right side, because otherwise we could potentially run into issues with the truck. Yeah, let's do it here. And before we even do that... Okay, good. I did get rid of both. Alright. Okay, so it would start here. Oh, I see. That's why you added an additional stop, so that you can choose where the actual floors are for each of your floors. That's gonna be interesting, because you don't necessarily know where the floors are. Alright, let me... So the floor is right there. So if we go to here, now presumably then we would put a floor stop at the second floor. Oh, that's interesting. Look at where the... Oh, okay. That's not good. Okay, I see why they did that. Alright, so then let's start it here with a rotation for here. And then we go up to the third floor. Oh, I bet it needs power. It does, it needs power. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. Yeah, okay, we'll just do it from here then. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Why would you do that? What? What? This doesn't help me. This doesn't help me at all. Oh my god. Why would you turn the door that way? Okay, so I would need to have a floor here then. And I would need to change this to that. And even then it's still not... Okay, I went too high. Yeah, I went too high with it. Alright. Let's do this again. I'm sorry, I'm having a little too much fun here. Okay, so there's that. All right, so the door now. Can I? Okay, there we go. Okay, I just didn't run the door the way that I needed to. Okay, and then I went too high. So there, I think. And then here to here for power. Okay, so I do have to remove that door, or that wall, and then we put... Okay, there we go. And then we can go all the way back down. We would just need to add another floor stop for the second floor. That's all we would need to do. Oh, this is fantastic, guys. Oh, this is fantastic. Love it. And then the last thing that we need to do is put in some stairs. 2-meter stairs. Yep. 4-meter stairs. No, that's too high. Well, that wasn't good. Let's try that again. The problem is I can't... Okay, there we go. Alright, that's not perfect, but better. Anyway, okay. Now, where is the second floor? It is 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so right there. Okay, let's find out. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Oops. E to set always closed mode? No, I don't want always closed. Why is the door not opening? That's... Okay. That was very weird. Okay. Awesome. So there's our first elevator. And our first dismantling. Now, there are a number of other things that apparently, I don't know why I keep hitting that button, that the patch notes have said are part of the overall system. What else is in? Oh yeah, that's right. These are okay. I need a lot of remote radio control units for a number of different reasons. Not the least of all is the milestone that we have sitting up at the top, but also we need a couple of thousand for the process conversion cubes. So I really need to focus on getting radio control units working. I also want to stand up additional power over where the crystal oscillators are being developed or produced. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these radio control units get rid of that and just put them in here. And then make sure that this is doing nothing but working on radio control units for a while. I know we need turbo motors for the milestone as well, but at the moment I just kind of want to focus on radio control units because of how much they're needed for nuclear pastas. This is rubber, right? Yeah, I probably need to get some more rubber. Okay, so I need to get a lot of aluminum casings, but I also want to rebuild. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing here is... It's not... Is it architecture? No. Logistics? No. Okay, here it is. The blueprint designer is used to create custom factory designs and save them as blueprints. Blueprints can be accessed from the blueprint tab of the build menu. Note the buildings can only be placed in the blueprint designer if they are fully within the boundary frame, which is 32 meters by 32 meters, whereas the new one is 40 meters by 40 meters. Okay, so what I'm going to want to try and do is I want to try and create or turn the 8-part coal generator system into a blueprint so that we can very quickly spin that up for the second set over by the crystal oscillators. So let's go ahead and... I gotta remember how I did my travel. You know what? I'm going to put a ladder here. Except for they're not going to let me without me doing that. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is the closest power tower. So let's switch this to a platform. Yeah, this is the closest one. It looks like they've changed the animation for when you go through the power tower connector points. It looks like they've added an animation that wasn't there before. Before, you would just kind of flow right through them without any issue. All right, so one of the things I'm going to do... Gotta be careful here, because I'm trying to decide if I want to set up the power tower... the coal generators off of that coal vein there, and therefore just kind of set up a second coal generator set, maybe on a second floor, but then that's going to require a lot of water lift, which I don't necessarily want to have to do. Or do I just recreate it over here and take the coal through here, and then just bring the water from over that way in, or that way for that matter. Is that quartz up there? I think I'm gonna... Okay, let's see what we can do with this. No. Okay, where... I don't know where these are. It must be under architecture. No? Okay, where... There they are. Okay, it's under special. Missing materials. Oh. Okay. I can't do what I wanted to do then. Okay, yeah, I can't do what I wanted to do. I was hoping I could take an existing system, an existing layout, and turn that into a blueprint. But no, you actually apparently have to lay down the designer, put everything that you want on top of that, and then turn it into a blueprint. And I don't have any computers on me to do that. Alright, so we'll just have to do without for now. Okay, here's what we're going to do then. I have a unused coal miner back here. I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going the wrong way. And I'm going to put it here instead. But then I'm going to turn the coal to run this way. And I'm going to run the... This is 120, I think, right? Yeah. Now, there's a very good chance that I'm going to need to go back and get something, because I don't know that I have everything that I need to build the generators. Okay, let's bring the coal to, say, here. And then we'll build the platform, the actual foundations here. Let's make sure to specify Zoop. Actually, let me go see, because this way I can just build the exact flooring. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think I really only need 8, but... So 6 by 9. Only problem is I'm going to be doing it the wrong way. Because the 6 is this way. Nope, wrong one. No, okay, that's not going to work either. Alright, I may have to do reverse direction then. Yeah, let me do reverse. I'll do reverse direction. Okay, hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Four. I think we actually might have one too many rows, but we'll find out. Okay, so instead of... Well, here, we'll do this right now. Coal power generator. We want 4 and 4, right? Alright, let's go this way. Yeah, that's not going to work. 3. Well, I could do one more row. Yeah, let's do one more row then. Yeah, I've got entirely too many here. Alright, and that water looks pretty deep, so we're going to be able to run the water extractors pretty close. Wonder why there are 2 insect pods over there. They're not protecting anything. There's nothing over there. Because I've actually been... I haven't cleared that entire forest area, but I've been up there when I was exploring, trying to get to the waterfall. Okay. Okay, so if we put 1 there. Okay, hold on, I need to do it from this side. Well, they haven't made this any better. This is still painful. Yeah, I got a little bit nuts with the flooring. And then this side I want here. Oh, I'm out of rotors. Told you I was going to run out of materials. Nope. I don't think I need this extra row, but... Alright, so... Let me get rid of this. And then let's clear a path. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I need more space to run both the piping and the lifts. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of piping. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of these three, run this, and then we'll figure out what we need to do over here. Yeah, let's do that. So, I don't think that we need to go out very far for the water extractors. I might be wrong, though. Yeah, I might be wrong. So there's a new way of doing piping now that I don't 100% understand based on the images that I saw. So we're not going to really be able to do much with that. I gotta figure out where it's under logistics. Yeah, so there's there's a way to make the pipes guaranteed straight, for example. Well, that was okay, that was actually dumb. Okay, I gotta do every bit of that again. Oops. Yeah, I don't know why I just did that. Okay, so... Well, I guess we'll find out how much water we're going to get out of this, but... So, there. Why? I don't understand the targeting system for this stuff at all. Okay. Alright, so there's that. And then... Alright, good. Alright, so what I'm going to end up needing is a splitter right here that we can feed the 120 into. And then part of it will go into a splitter that's there. Okay. So that was one thing that they have improved on with the splitters, is they've made it more intuitive when running a splitter on a belt. You can actually run the splitter now in the middle of the belt. So if you want to be able to split in the middle of, say, a floor to go to 2 different floors, you can do that now, according to what they've said. Or according to what the patch notes have said anyway. Alright, so we want to run probably like that, would be my guess. And then I'm going to run Mark 2 between each of these. Just to make sure that it runs smoothly. Okay, so this... Okay, power connections are in the back. Alright, so what if we just put power tower here? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Because I want them to be able to do their job first. Okay, hold on. I do, though, want to run power to there. So that we can run power to here and there. Alright, that'll fill these up with water. Alright, I'm just being a little anal about that. I really don't need to remove any of this, but just to make it look a little cleaner. Alright, I do want to see how much water we're getting out of this. Alright, so it's filling up to 42.6. 11.9. Why does it go from 11.9 to 16.4 right there? That makes zero sense whatsoever. But it's all enough water to fill these up. So the next thing is we need to get power to the coal generator, to the coal miner. And okay, I'm running. I wonder if I can run power then. Oops. From there. Nope, that's full. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to run a power tower, a power pole there. Okay. Alright, I don't think I need to clear anything else. Everything else looks pretty clear. Okay, nope, I think we're good. Alright, so while these are filling up, let me go make a quick trip back to get some more rotors, and we'll do the other set. I need to try and remember to be on the left-hand side from now on. Alright, I need to put an elevator here in this building as well, but for now, we got rotors, so let me grab those. Okay. We'll do that in the next episode. We'll put the elevator here for the next episode. Oh, real quickly, I want to get rid of you and you. So one thing I'm going to be interested to see is now that we dismantled that downed ship, is will those pods or any other animals, alien animals, come back with nothing to protect? Or no reason to protect? So I'm just looking around to see if there's anything. I know there are other ships. Like there's a ship up there, I'm almost positive, that I need to dismantle. It just isn't a priority right now. I wanted to see how fun it was. So here's the cool thing. I don't know if you saw it, but as we were flying over, there's still 2 more coal veins. Alright. Now then, let's put the next coal generator down. But I want to flip them. Okay, hold on. Let me do it from over here. Why is that saying that it's clipping? Alright, let me put this down and see why it thinks it's clipping. It's just getting too close to being in the space for both the belt and that lift, but I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. Alright, let's go ahead and put down 3 more then. I don't think that's... No, it actually was. Okay. Come on. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need... through there. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Okay, we're going to have to... This is going to take a little bit of work, but... Alright, let's go ahead and do... Let's see. I want to put these a little bit further away from these. Full of water, not full of coal yet. Full of water and coal. Okay. So let's go ahead and light up the first 2. We'll let the remaining 2 fill up coal-wise, and then we'll turn them on. Alright. This is gonna be a problem. Shoot. I may need to move this. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Alright, that's actually okay, because we can change the direction and have it go this way. Then I'm going to have to change this one, more than likely. There we go. Okay. Oops. I must have accidentally hit my right click. Alright, so these will be collecting coal while I'm working on the... Oh, shit. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do here. From a water perspective. Oh my god. Alright, let me put down the splitters. Or at least the first two. Alright, I may need to do this a little differently. And I know some of you out there are going, but Brian, you only need 3 water extractors for every 8 coal generators. And, you know, that is the formula. That is the correct formula. But I have also seen that Coffee Stain's understanding of fluid dynamics does not match the real world with respect to the way that the piping is handled. So, because of that, I need to do things a little bit differently. So what I think I'm going to do here is actually... Alright, I'm going to get rid of you, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to run 2 water extractors right here at the end. So one like this. One will run to the front 2. Wow, they are wide. Okay. And one will run to the back 2. Alright, let me do the back 2 first, because that's the easiest one. Oh, that's right. I didn't need that or that. I can just run direct piping to there. Okay, so that's extractor number 1. Okay. Alright, let me see how these are now. Okay, good, that's full. Okay. $55.9, yeah, that's way more water than we need. Uh-huh. Now, what I'm going to be interested to see here is how much water into this pipe is produced, and then eventually over to there. And am I going to need a lift or a pump? So going back to the formula scenario, fluid dynamics is not apparently Coffee Stain's strong suit, because what they have done is with these splitters, they evenly split the water, even if you don't have full connections across all the pipes. So, and then even still, it's not completely standard. So 55.9, 6.1, all because of this splitter. That makes no sense. And then this one's 16.4. Those two things do not add up to 55.9. And yet, in the world of fluid dynamics, if this pipe is full and the flow is consistent, then these should be even splits of 55.9. Therefore, 26 or 27 and a half or so in each one of these. And that's not what they're doing. So there's no really good reason that I can see, based on my understanding of fluid dynamics, that would change that. That would give the numbers that I'm seeing. In either case, we're getting enough. So this is fine. Okay, so this is now 37.4. It's still filling up. What I want to now understand, 13.4 and 19.8. Okay, sure. Now what I could do is have both of them kind of come in together and feed each other, but the more splitters you put in place, the worse your flow gets, because of what I was just explaining. It's an artificial breakdown of the fluid amounts, based on the way that they've implemented their formulas. Okay, that looks full. I think we're good to go. Alright, so these two I can go ahead and turn on directly from here. Okay, that one's up. Alright, what I'm gonna have to do... Yeah, they still haven't made that possible yet. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so there's another guaranteed 600 power. Gross. Net, with the two water extractors, it's probably closer to 560, I think, because I think each one of them draws 15. I might be wrong about that. No, they draw 20. Okay, so then it's going to be closer to 520 as far as actual net power, but that is steady flowing power. There's no runoff to worry about or anything like that. And as we saw, we now have we still have two additional coal veins that we're not even using. And some of this is not running efficiently. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to grab as many crystal oscillators as I can. And we're going to head back. One of the things I'm going to do in between episodes is go grab aluminum casings. I meant to go to the left side, and I didn't. I'm going to go grab some aluminum casings so that radio control units can, you know, just be continuously flowing as much as possible. I also, the problem here is in order to create process conversion cubes, I need 2,000 radio control units and 1,000 fused modular frames. One requires 50 each of aluminum casings, the other one requires 32 each. So, in order to get both of them flowing consistently, I'm going to have to keep running aluminum casings back and forth. I am, though, thinking about, is there a way... It's the middle one. Is there a way... I've been running with my flashlight on the whole time. Oh yeah, and I need computers too. Okay, I'll have to do a quick run for computers and aluminum casings. I've got extra computers over at the computer facility, which, by the way, we're still not finished with from a efficiency perspective or a rebuild, but I wanted to really start to take a look at 1.1. One of the things that supposedly they have done in this new version is they have supposedly, again, they have improved trains. You know, planes, trains, and automobiles type of scenario. Let me see something. I want to see real quickly. Of course, I don't remember where they put them. There we go. So if we put there. See if that's right. Yeah. Alright, and then I need to run power. Ah, shoot. I really don't want to have to run... Alright, yeah, I'll have to rethink that one. Okay, anyway. I digress. Supposedly there's a lot of new quality of life things that they've put into the running of trains, the creating of trains, all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how true any of it is, obviously, but I'm wondering if there's a way that for aluminum casings and probably plastic, is there a way to use trains to make those two be better? The plastic one I don't necessarily need because I have the drone, but the aluminum casing one in particular, because of how far away the aluminum casing production is from here where it's needed for radio control units, and then the nitrogen location for the production of fused modular frames, I just don't know. So the whole reason, now I'm going to completely switch gears here for a second. The whole reason that I created that coal plant, or that coal generator set, was so that we could get rid of one of the sets here. specifically this set, so that I can then build out foundations and move this guy, the particle accelerator, and the converter, and use the coal from this vein specifically for that purpose. This will mean that there's still one vein that won't be getting used, but you know, at this point I think I'm fine with that. So let's go ahead and start that process. Nope, that's what I was afraid of. God only knows what my inventory looks like right now. Whoa, I don't know what the game just did there, but okay. So we're still keeping everything running for the first four. Okay. All right, that power pole I need to leave. Because it's feeding power to both the quartz and the SAM as well. All right. We can get rid of that row. And possibly that row. Okay. I already got rid of, apparently, the particle accelerator without even realizing it. But yeah, we need to move the converter as well. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a storage unit over there for time crystals. Okay. I'll move that in a little while. Because what we need to do is we need to run coal into the particle accelerator. Okay, so the particle accelerator would be here. Let's run it all the way to the back. Like that. Okay. And then its output would go to the converter. Why am I missing materials? I just destroyed one. Why don't I have the materials that came from that? Alright, well, here's the thing. I need both diamonds in storage as well as... Because there was something I remember that needed diamonds for production. It might have been the time things. It wasn't time crystals. Crap, I don't remember what it was. I think it's in the milestone, I think it's the thing on the far left that needs diamonds and not time crystals for production. Okay, well, let's get the coal running from there to there. Or even from there, either one. Yeah, maybe we'll do this one. How much does this need for... Okay, so the dark matter crystals are diamonds and something. Diamonds is just coal, plutonium pellets. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, we'll go ahead and put 600 per minute. Holy crap. 600 per minute? There's no way we're getting 600 per minute out of either one of these two. Even combined, we're not getting 600 per minute. Alright, then let's put a merger here. Actually, let's put a merger. What the hell is going on? And we'll go... I'll go Mark 3, but I don't think we're actually getting... This is producing 120. Okay. Alright, let me go up here real quick and figure out what's going on. I don't remember how much this one's producing, because I don't remember the purity of the vein. I should have put a... Okay. Love how things can just exist in midair like that. Okay, so it's producing 120 also. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me get a storage unit here. And we'll put a big one. $30 per minute. Yep, that's fine. Alright, where is the power spot for this? It's back there. Okay, so that's done. I need to get materials for the converter. No idea why I didn't get those materials back. I don't understand that at all. The other thing is, I think it's time to redesign this to get better water, because right now we are not getting good water production. And having learned what I've learned, especially over at the waterfall location, I think we can make this better so that we can get good solid power and make it function the way that it's supposed to function. And right now, the ones on the end are not keeping enough consistent water supply. So what I think I want to do is, in a future episode, it doesn't have to be, it's not going to be now, but is redesign this. Probably have the generators face a different direction to make it easier for the water to flow in, because I can always make the coal work a different way, work whatever way I want. I'm glad I'm actually getting use out of both coal veins. Alright, so that'll produce diamonds. And then eventually we'll put a converter over here to produce time crystals as well. But we should be able to store both, which will be good. And then we can go from there. Okay. So, got a lot accomplished in this episode, which has been really good. Took a look at some of the new features of 1.1. Not necessarily all of them, but we took a look at some of them. I'm going to continue to think on the whole train thing and whether or not that is something that I can potentially use to transport. Right now, I think aluminum casings is the big one. I don't necessarily want to create a train system just for that one item, but if there's a way to set up a train system that doesn't necessarily run on the ground, this would need to be a train system that probably runs in the air, considering where we are, like right here. In order to get trains to run from the aluminum casings that are right there over to here, the easiest thing would be to set it up in the sky. And I say in the sky, basically at the level that I'm at right now. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. I just don't know right now. I'm going to continue to think on it. As always, if you have been enjoying the content, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and comment button. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode with more elevators and more new construction, as well as rebuilds. So, talk to you soon.